I wanted to make this quick video on my BMW 335 Xi. It was stalling, it was hard to start, skipping, jerking when I was driving it, and it was just annoying to drive. So basically what happened was I went and filled up my tank full of gas at my normal gas station, an Exxon station, and I put premium fuel in there just like I always do, and then it was hard to start it right after that. So the car I drove it home barely, and ever since then it was extremely hard to even get it started. So I thought to myself, it's a high pressure fuel pump. Turns out it wasn't the high pressure fuel pump. I changed out my whole fuel system, including my fuel injectors. So I spent about $1,800 on that stuff. And then also the JB4, I changed that out just in case that was bad. So then I spent extra money on that. So this fix was actually free. To fix my car, all I had to do was drain the fuel out of it and put a new tank of fuel in there. I realized that they must have diluted it, because right now, a month after I had trouble with my car, they don't even have premium fuel available in my whole county. So because of that, I'm thinking that most likely they diluted the fuel so they could sell a little bit more and cause problems with my car. These are the codes that I'm throwing. Last time it said Misfire on cylinders 3 and 4. Symptom that the car had is it smoked, but intermittently. So it would smoke white like really bad, and it didn't seem like oil or anything. It was just like moisture. So then I was thinking maybe it has a blown head gasket or something. So then I pulled the oil cap to take a look inside, and it had all this moisture all over it, mixed in the oil like it had a blown head gasket. Well, then I figured, well, maybe it's messed up, but I figured I'd go ahead and just drain the fuel anyway. So I drained the fuel, put some new stuff in there, and it started working like perfect. After I drove it around, all that moisture that was under the oil cap had just disappeared. So I'm thinking that even from the fuel coming in, somehow that was coming through the engine. The water was getting into the engine and just coming up through the top of the oil cap. I kept thinking to myself that this can't be the problem for the fuel to be messed up, because I've never had this problem before. I've been driving for 10 years, filled up so many tanks of fuel. There's no way my fuel that I just bought is bad. But apparently that was the case. Sometimes it makes more sense to do the least expensive things before it does to do the most expensive things. However, I didn't really think about it. I just changed out my whole entire fuel system, because I don't know when the last time this stuff was replaced, and my car has 175,000 miles on it. So I figured I'd go ahead and replace it, so at least I know when it's been replaced, and then I don't have to worry about those problems. I also changed out the crank position sensor, and I changed out the high pressure fuel pump sensor, high pressure fuel sensor, and the low pressure fuel sensor. So what I decided to do with the fuel that came out of the car is, there's only two things you can do with it at this point. We can use it to clean our turbo parts, or we can just sell the fuel to somebody that we don't like. So I'm trying to make up my mind on what I want to do with that. So, and don't tell everyone about these videos, because then everybody's going to want to watch them. But anyway, I'll see you guys on the next video.